Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today we are headed back to the Isle of Berk. We are headed into the world of How to Train Your Dragon, courtesy of our friends at Spin Master. So they were nice enough to send us out a few of their new How to Train Your Dragon products. So we've got the Ultimate Plasma Blast Toothless, which is a slightly larger scale dragon compared to the other two that they sent. And then we've also got Hiccup and Toothless. This is their these look to be 3-inch, 2.5-inch, 3-inch action figures. So we've got a dragon and a rider. So we've got Toothless and Hiccup, and then of course we've got Deadly Natter and Astrid. So these are the two mains from the upcoming live-action reimagining of How to Train Your Dragon, which hits theaters next week. So that is on June 13th. So yeah, before we get these two in the light box, I thought it would be fun to start out here with the Ultimate Plasma Blast Toothless. We'll get this guy open here and talk a little bit about How to Train Your Dragon. So the animated Dreamworks film is, I think there's 3 of them so far. There's a TV show, there's a 4th one, I believe, on the way. But of course, in the style of all things recent, it's getting a live action reimagining. So all of the classic characters are getting the live action treatment as they bring Toothless, as you could say, to life. And also with Plasma Blast Toothless here, very easy to unbox, by the way. Kudos to the folks at Spin Master for making that easy. So before we assemble here, we'll just take a quick look at the body of Toothless. So again, this is, I believe the box said ages 4 and up. So he's got a 15-inch wingspan apparently, which is pretty big. I'm hoping it will fit back here. But we've got a button on the back here, and I'll hold him close to the microphone so you can hear. There we go. So when you hold down the button, Toothless's mouth opens up. He's got a little battery compartment here at the bottom. We've also got the switch in the different positions. And there is light up mode. So you can see you got a nice pulsing light there. It's pretty cool. I'm sure that it's going to be quite bright in the darkness. There we go. So pretty cool there. And then let's assemble him. So let's see what he looks like all put together here. Of course, with Universal Studios opening their Epic Universe, you can now visit the Isle of Berk in real life. So they've created the world of How to Train Your Dragon over at Universal Studios. So a nice clip in there. This thing is going to be very large. I can already tell that it's going to be a big one. Yeah, so you can visit. Oh, really cool. The wings are almost they're almost leathery in a way, I guess you could say, which kind of makes sense considering that it's a dragon. They clip in very nicely, and they've got some weight to them too. This is a big old dragon. So the wings go back and forth. As you can see, they're on little hinges there. And what's nice is it's kind of natural. So as you're playing with the dragon, the wings move. You can tuck the legs back. You can hold him by the tail here, and you can see just by moving him around, you get a nice wing function there. And I believe that is the only, yes. So that's the only function. There's no way to trigger those buttons, but you can see just by making him, kind of the action of making him fly, and using the back of his tail here as like a handle, you can zoom him around pretty well there, and you have access to that Plasma Blast button as you're holding it. So even if you're holding it with your thumb there, so pretty cool. This is a great Toothless figure, toy figure. Yeah, and it like I said, it's got a good weight to it. You know, he can be in both flying or standing mode in terms of the articulation there on the legs. So with this big guy out of the way, let's get our two kind of standard releases here, our Dragon and Rider releases. Let's get them into the light box and take a closer look. This is the same material almost as that, by the way. But yeah, let's get a closer look at the How to Train Your Dragon, Toothless, Hiccup, Natter, and Astrid. Let's go. Alright folks, well there you have it. There are your Hiccup and Astrid figures with their dragons, of course, Toothless. These things are really cool, man. They remind me of a lot of the Kenner Dragonheart figures from back in the day. I mean, really cool dragons, really well designed. They both simple articulation, but they can be converted from flying mode to walking mode very easily. I love the fact that the 3-inch figures have these pegs on the inside of their hips. So you can see there, I just popped one of the legs off so you can get a better idea of how those clips work. The legs are just on ball joints, so in order to move them far enough to get them onto the dragon, I did find that they popped off on me, but they just go right back on. It's, you know, not an issue there. You can see they go right back on in there. They ain't going anywhere. It's just that they are on the way that they're assembled, they're on that ball joint. The figures are really nice though. Again, reminiscent of the old Kenner Dragonheart figures. Very, very cool. They're a nice size, smaller than what we've seen out of Spin Master, you know, for say their DC Superheroes line or the Batman figures, but we are also seeing this small form factor for the new Superman figures that they're doing for the new Superman film. So really cool. They port right onto the dragon, and they stay put. Again, you know, in my sample here, I did find that in order to get their legs on there, they did pop off. Oh, see there, I did it. Just did it without it popping off. So, and they do have that articulation at the knee, which allows you to kind of move their legs back. And again, it's just a simple ball joint, but it's enough to make it look like they're on there riding. These are really cool. They are all hitting your Targets and Walmarts now. We will put links in the description to where you can get these ahead of the film's release. Gotta love it when a movie gets the toys out before the movie comes out, but you can see the size of the two Toothlesses there. This one is considerably larger than the other, and then of course, you know, he's got that plasma effect there. So really, really cool. Once again, huge thanks to our friends at Spin Master for sending these out for us to take a look at. We're excited about the film. I love the animated one. I think the live action looks great. I think they nailed you know, bringing Toothless to kind of that live action form. Really, really exciting stuff. So yeah, thanks again to our friends at Spin Master for sending these out. Now, Spin Master's been up to a lot of really cool stuff. If you are a How to Train Your Dragon fan, tell us in the comments below, what dragon, which rider, what are you hoping to see next from Spin Master in the world of How to Train Your Dragon? And also let us know, have you been to Universal, to Epic Universe, to see this in person yet? I hear it's really cool. While you're down there leaving us a comment, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, go ahead and follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, X, TikTok, all the places where we're constantly posting toy news, deals, availability, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then, of course, last but not least, Adventures in Collecting Podcast. You can find us wherever you enjoy podcasts. We are live with a new episode every single Monday. In fact, you can go back and listen to our episode with Spin Master's Mark Morris and hear him talking about his love for toys and our love for smaller form factor toys. With that, it's time to sign off, and we'll do it with Toothless. There be dragons. Until next time.